When I was growing up, we didn't grow up with any sort of religion or church or anything. I do recall going to a purple church when I was a little kid. There was a Sunday school that we went to, and there was a Sunday school bus that ran over our dog. And my parents always said the reason why we weren't brought up in any church or anything is because the Sunday school bus driver drove over our dog and killed him and never, apologized or anything like that. I grew up, had my teenage rebellion years, listened to punk music, hung out with the skater kids, and got into some trouble and this and that. In my early adult life, I did quite a bit of travel in my early, 19, and then through my 20s, I traveled through many, many countries. Africa, went through Africa, and what was a very pivotal trip for me was 6 months in India by myself. And then at about 4 months in, I ended up in the source of the Ganges up in the north. So literally the start of the Ganges, the waterfall was right there. You had to hike in by donkey, and I didn't really know what I was doing there. And people were shaving their heads. And so I did shave my head from hair down to here, Kojak style, with a straight knife in the Ganges, and put my hair all down the river. Went through a roller coaster of emotions, it was all kind of crazy, but that was really my opening into spirituality. And I also spent some time up in Dharamsala with the Tibetans and learning, Buddhism, and really kind of went down that path for many years. I have always really believed in God, and that there is a God, and I did architecture and art in my university years, and so there was a lot of exposure to religion through art and architecture. I have a 9-year-old, and he goes to a local school here in the district, and I've really struggled with some of the stuff that's coming out of the schools, and I put an application in at the Catholic school, and so I thought, well, if I'm going to put him into the Catholic school, I need to get ahead of it and really explore what this is all about. I went straight from that church, drove down the street with tears coming down my face, and went and came into the bridge. And it's been a beautiful experience ever since. I've come every Sunday. I've done Christianity 101, and I've done Alpha, and I'm really loving this community and this church. And it's bringing me closer to God. I'm still discovering who Jesus is to me, and I am definitely in a place where I am believing that he died for our sins. So I've never really read the Bible. I've never really been exposed to it too much, but the biblical references that I'm now getting with historical references that I have been aware of are making a lot of sense to me. I'm excited. I'm excited by it all. It's a rabbit hole that I'm going down, and I'm enjoying and loving all of the support from the community. I'm all in. The baptism was it just sort of punctuates this journey for me, and it felt right, and I was very committed to getting baptized. Jesus has changed my listening towards Christianity, towards the Bible, towards him, has profoundly shifted. It's quite incredible. I hear it so differently now than I did, in my past. And I've had 3 very heavy years that I'm still in it, moving through some pretty heavy stuff, and learning about faith, really learning about faith. Not just have faith, just like the saying or whatever, but really kind of learning about what faith is, and that I can surrender my problems and my issues, my anxieties, my stresses, whatever it is, to Jesus.